Thirdphaseofmoon.
Wow, here we go, people. We've been waiting for Jack, and he's reached out to me, and we're going to be talking to him right now because he wants to share something with us that just happened on the farm again. And Jack is here. There's been some missing time. What's going on with Jack? People have been asking me, where's Jack? Where's Jack? So Jack has reached out to us, so we're happy to have him back right here at Third Phase of Moon. Jack's got some photographs that we're going to be looking over, and it sounds like something terrifying went down. Jack, where have you been? Welcome to the show.
Well, it's good to be back, Blake. I had a little bit of a medical incident which resulted in us and me and my family taking a little bit of a time out. I had to go see the doctor, and of course, my wife didn't want to immediately return to the farm because of all of these stressful things.
I don't want to delve in too much with your medical history, but how are you doing right now, Jack? What happened?
Well, I had to go to the hospital, quite frankly, because of my heart. I've been having a lot of my blood pressure had been through the roof for quite some time, and it got to the point where I had to go and seek medical attention. And my wife's sister lives close to the facility where I was going, and so we stayed over there for a few weeks just to get away from all of the things that have been going on around here.
That makes sense. You want to get away from this because there's a lot of stress involved. Go ahead.
Yes, and so I had several procedures done which were quite serious, but I'm happy to say that I'm feeling much better now. But I must tell you folks that many of these things that have been happening recently around the ranch have caused me to go through some very serious medical issues and so forth. And I've been doing a lot of thinking about things, and I was feeling a little bit better, but I was still very worried, and I was anxious about returning back to the farm because of all of the activities that are often can be so upsetting. They are not always upsetting, but they are always very intense, and I feel that with my condition, and as also the doctor has said, these things are not what I need at this time, and that's why we stayed so long at my sister-in-law's place, because my wife insisted that we really get away and stay away for a while just to have some peace of mind. So when we got back to the ranch, things were a little bit peculiar, and I knew something was just not right. Even the skies was more clear than it had ever been, and it was still outside. It was just, there was no wind, there was no clouds. Things was different than they usually were. And when we walked up to the house, normally when I come home, my dog is always waiting for me. He is always there on the porch waiting for me. And so when we got home, he wasn't there. And I felt a little funny, like what was going on. The skies was real still. My dog is not there. You know, I felt a little uneasy about returning. And so,
What happened?
Well, Well, next morning.
What happened to your dog?
Well, I really don't know. He never did show up, and while we was gone, I don't know. He took off. He may have ran off, or I don't know what may have happened to him, but he never was there when we got back, and
that's weird.
He ain't came back since.
He was there when you had a really close encounter with this dark, ominous object.
You know, he's been around many times when I have seen and captured these events. So he was right there beside me most of the time. So,
what's your dog's name?
His name is Monroe, and I've had him for about 12 years now.
So it seems like Monroe is kind of like an indicator when things are going down. And I gotta say, I'm really sorry that is Monroe, have you been in contact with him? Has he come back home?
No, he never did show his face ever since we left. And so, yeah, I really don't know what has happened to him at this point. I don't know.
Gotcha. I gotcha. You know, it's sad. It's sad. And it's weird because he seemed like he had an awareness about what's going on. Now, let's get back. Can you describe to me what the craft looked like? These photographs are...
Well, the craft had some kind of magma explosion, like an engine or power supply or something. It had a source of energy that you could see occurring on the surface of the bottom. I don't know if it was the bottom. It really couldn't tell which was the top of the bottom, but I could see very clearly a reaction taking place on the surface of the ship itself, like almost like magma in a harnessed energy.
Wow. So when and how did this happen? How did you realize that whatever this was right above, your vicinity?
I could feel the hair standing up on my arms, and I just figured something strange was happening. And so I grabbed my camera, and I was already outside. I grabbed my camera from the truck. I didn't have it in my pocket at that time, but I could feel the static energy gathering on my arms, and so I was almost waiting for it. When it did come into view, I was already pointing my camera in all kinds of directions, just snapping odd photos, trying to capture whatever might occur, and I managed to capture several photos. The one I sent to you was the photo when it was really as close as it seemed to have come before I decided to get back to my truck and head on out of there, because
really?
At a certain point I felt uneasy, and I decided I was going to just get on out of there. So I jumped into my truck, and I was hightailing it out there as fast as I could. I didn't want no more aggravation with all of these things, and I was happy to be back home, but at the same time, I didn't want no more.
So this thing was chasing you?
It seemed like it was, because every time I turned around, which was only a couple of times, as I was trying to get out of there as fast as I could, I was trying to shift the gear shift, and every time I tried to go into third gear, it seemed like there was some kind of I could not shift into third gear.
Weird. So
and I would go back down to first, go up to second, and I was coming around the corners. I was sliding. I was a little bit scared, not only crashing, but I didn't know what this thing was and what it wanted with me, because every time I turned around, it was still there in the sky, right behind me, almost seeming closer and closer, to the point where I was very very uneasy, and I knew that with these issues that I had been through, I did not want to even experience whatever it was. I wanted to get on out of there.
Wow, so you're having these experiences, and it's been going on for about a year now. And now, it's weird, your dog's missing. You've had some issues with your health, and it's all I got a feeling a lot of anxiety going on over yourself right now and what's going on at the ranch.
You better believe it, it sure is.
So what are you going to do, Jack? What's next? Are you going to stay there?
Well, my wife has suggested that we consider moving, and at this point, I don't know if
I got a feeling they'll be following you, Jack. They'll be following you, Jack, no matter where you go. You got to stand strong. You got to get more equipment. You got to get some more people documenting this stuff. We got to find out where you're at. We got to tell the people. We got to tell the world. Jack, you need help. There's a lot of issues that you're dealing with, and you can't handle it all by yourself.
Well, I agree with you there, but at the same time, I take it day by day, and I do have my reasons for not sharing with everybody where we are at this ranch, because I feel compelled not to at this time.
I got you, Jack. I know you are concerned. I can't blame you. Let me tell you, if I was seeing the same things that you're seeing over your vicinity in close proximity, trust me, I'd be concerned. So I can kind of hear where your concern is. It makes a lot of sense to me. But I gotta say this. You gotta keep in touch with Third Phase. You gotta keep sharing your evidence with us. You do a great job. Trust me. It's just amazing what you're capturing. I've never seen a craft like this before. It looks weird. Whatever energy's going on, the plasmic underground, you're saying it looks like a molten magma going off. There's a lot of harnessed energy going on, and you're capturing something that I can't explain. I know you live next to a military base, close to the farm, so I don't know what you're capturing, but whatever it is, Jack, you gotta stay safe. You gotta be real safe.
Well, that's always my primary concern, and I thank you for your concern and always for sharing all of this information to people who want to know what's going on out there.
Well, absolutely. That's what we do right here at Third Phase Moon. We share the people's information as it comes in, and I gotta really thank you, Jack, for getting back in contact with us. I really didn't want to reach out to you. People have been saying, "Where's Jack?" And they say, "You got to get in touch with Jack." That's not what I do. I just wait for people to contact us right here at Third Phase. So I'm sure glad you reached out back to us, Jack.
Well, it's always a pleasure, and I will do my best to share with you folks everything that I encounter.
Well, I'm glad he called back, because we know you're still around. So that's a great thing. Keep in touch, everybody. Stay tuned to Third Phase of Moon for more updates from around the world as you hear it, as it comes in. We're here. Blake Cousins. Keep your eyes on the skies, everybody. Jack, where have you been? Welcome to the show.
Well, it's good to be back, Blake. I had a little bit of a medical incident which resulted in us and me and my family taking a little bit of a time out. I had to go see the doctor, and of course, my wife didn't want to immediately return to the farm because of all of these stressful things.
I don't want to delve in too much with your medical history, but how are you doing right now, Jack? What happened? Wow, here we go, people. We've been waiting for Jack, and he's reached out to me, and we're going to be talking to him right now because he wants to share something with us that just happened on the farm again. And Jack is here. There's been
Thirdphaseofmoon.
some missing time. What's going on with Jack? People have been asking me, where's Jack? Where's Jack? So Jack has reached out to us. So we're happy to have him back right here at Third Phase of Moon. Jack's got some photographs that we're going to be looking over, and it sounds like something terrifying went down.